Hi there, everyone. It's Ashley, serving here with Street Life Ministries in New York City. This is my January video update, and I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. Just recently, we held our annual New Year's Eve outreach in Times Square, which went very well and was such a blessing to me. For this outreach really reaffirmed my calling and passion to witness and to lead the lost and oppressed to Jesus. On New Year's Eve, I was stationed on 45th and 8th with a team from North Carolina. They were here serving with us for the week, and we were out there handing out hot chocolate and doing a prayer station on the corner of these streets. And while handing out hot chocolate, there was this one man who was clearly ailing and lost and looked didn't look too well or happy for that matter, and he passed by and he was asking for money, and I realized like the connection I had to this guy was right off the bat. There was something different, and I knew he was lost. I knew something was wrong with him, and it just like broke my heart that he passed, and like there was nothing I could do besides just give him money, and I didn't want to do that. I knew where that was going, and so I just immediately started praying, and as I started praying, I was like, Lord, if this person is who I should meet to pray for, then lead him back. And when I looked down the block, he was already too far away for me to like follow after him and like leave the prayer station. So I just waited, and sure enough, like 5-10 minutes later, he walked back, and as soon as he was approaching, I was like, oh Lord, this is it. I'm going to be able to pray for him. And I was really excited. And so he came past me, and I was like, hey, and I just greeted him and said hello. And he was like, do you have any spare change you could give me? And no, I didn't want to do that. So I was like, no, I can't give you any change, but could I please pray for you? And he's like, there's no hope for me. You don't need to pray for me. Don't worry about it. And I was like, no, I really want to pray for you, and there is hope for you. He said, no, nobody cares about me. What hope do I have? You know, like, you don't know what it's like. I was like, I don't know what it's like. And he said, to shoot heroin. You have no idea what that's like. You don't know what it's like to be an addict. He's like, I just need money. I have to get somewhere. I have to get more. I'm getting sick. And I said, yeah, you'd be surprised. I do know what that's like, and I do know what it's like to suffer from an addiction, and you know, there is hope for you. Don't say there's no hope for you. You know, I've heard this before. This is nothing new to me. You know, I'm well aware of what it's like. And he just insisted that, like, you know, praying for him, I could do that, yeah, sure, but it's not going to help him. And so I was like, please just let me pray for you. Please just like calm down and let me pray for you. You know, it's not going to hurt you. And so he finally let me pray for him. And while praying for him, I just started crying. I was overwhelmed, and you know, it arose in my heart that this man really needs God, and he needs some severe deliverance, and he's stuck in a bondage that, like, he needs breakthrough. And so I started praying and told him how much I cared about him, told him how much you know, he has a chance, and he has a future if he wants, and it's his choice to quit. And you know, so I kept praying, and he started crying, so I was crying harder, and it just it was overwhelming. You know, it's just like my passion for those that are addicted to quit and to start a new life, and to breathe again, and to not be stuck in like a hellhole. And so while praying for him, his older brother, Matt, walked up, and he was behind us a little bit, and so a coworker of mine named Gerald walked over to him and started talking to him, and Matt said, no, I want her to pray for me, and pointed at me, and because I was praying with his brother, and he saw a little bit of what was going on, although he was really out of it. So as soon as I was done talking and praying with Mike, the younger brother, I walked over to Matt, and you know, he just openly just told me he struggles with a methadone addiction, painkiller addiction, or whatnot, and that he's been to prison for 5 years, and you know, he's in a sober house, but he wants to go to treatment, and just all this stuff, and it just that like overwhelmed me again. I was like, okay, here we go again. You know, like this person, you know, has hope too. And so I started praying for Matt, and as I was praying for him, he just kind of like would nod off or fall down, and I didn't realize that, you know, that his severity was different than his brother's, and that he was just clearly like, you know, really far gone. And I didn't like know if he understood what I was saying, or, you know, if it was registering, or if he was, you know, falling asleep, or, you know. So but then he would like nod back up, and he, you know, be thankful for the prayer, and just I was able to hug him and just embrace him, and you know, tell him that, you know, it'd be just awesome if he could change his life around and be, you know, a good influence on his brother instead of a bad influence, running around with your little brother and doing the same things. And, you know, he obviously has an addiction, you have an addiction, and it's just like a downward spiral from there, you know. And I just wanted him to get his life clean, and to be able to restore relationships. He kept talking about his family, and he wants them to, you know, be proud of him, and he wants to have right relationship with them. And obviously here's this one family member who's struggling, you know, in the same aspect as he is. And so it was just wow, it was just amazing to actually to meet two brothers. And because, you know, I have a brother, and I've been through the same stuff that these two have gone through, and it just struck me that, like, you know, there is hope, and there's hope in the Lord. And, you know, God helped me and took me out of a lot of things, and, you know, he could do the same for my brother. He could do the same for these two brothers. He could do the same for anybody struggling with this addiction. It's a matter of crying out and wanting help, and letting go and surrendering to yourself, you know, to God, I mean, and to just like not follow in your selfish ways anymore, and to see that there's something bigger out there. There's more, you know, there's more to that. And God has been that more for me, and he can be for these brothers. And Matt that day gave us his contact information and wanted us to follow up on him, and so I called him yesterday, and I was not able to get in touch with him, but I will be continually trying to get a hold of him, and just see if he can or is willing to go to treatment and change his life around, and finally put a stop to the bondage and the drug addiction that he's in. And you know, see if that could actually help his brother as well, that they both change their lives around. That's my prayer. And I'd ask you to please pray also for Matt and Mike, that they would give a revelation of you know, their life, and that the Lord would just miraculously show up to them and change their life around, and that there is hope, and that, you know, no one's ever too far gone to receive God, and to wake up, and to stop sleeping, and to, you know, see the light. Because we've all been struggling with darkness for so long, you know, all of us. Not one of us is, you know, blameless or without sin. So it's just a matter of how far it's gone, or how deep you're in it. And yes, these two are deep in it, but, you know, there's still hope. And so I just wanted to share. Sorry that took forever, but I just wanted to share my New Year's Eve outreach experience, and let you know a little bit about what happened that night. And I just would ask you to pray for them, pray for me to persevere in my passion and my calling in the Lord. And I just hope you enjoyed that story, and that you'd have a wonderful January. And just thank you for listening, and keep Street Life in your prayers, and keep Street Outreach in your prayers, that it would continue to reach people and they would find the Lord. And I just thank you for listening, and have a great day.